Hi, I'm Jed. This is a video about the Knee Knacker trail race that takes place in Vancouver every year on the Baden Powell trail that is from Horseshoe Bay to Deep Cove. It's an extraordinary race. It's been going on for a long time, since 34 years, sometime in the late 80s. Started by 8 guys who went out for a fun run doing the entire trail, which at that time was considered to be completely crazy. A lot of people think that running the entire Baden Powell trail at one go is kind of crazy now, but there's a lot of people that do it, and it's well supported, and it's a big going supported by the community in an amazing way. So it was extraordinary to be a part of this. I had registered for this race in 2019. I was going to be running it in 2020, and I got injured, and I was on the fence about doing this race this year, but I was in the lottery. I got chosen. I was stoked to be there. I love these trails. I used to live in North Vancouver with my wife and my kids, and we really enjoyed the community, and I really wanted to get back there. So even being injured this year, I wanted to get it done. Making a video gave me a bit of time to slow down, absorb what was going on around me, make some video. The quality's not amazing, but I hope the story makes sense to you, and I hope you enjoy it. So here you go. Thanks.
Okay, so this is the check-in area where everybody's just getting off the bus, getting dropped off. There's no parking at the beginning of the race, so you gotta logistically get yourself there. You get one last shot at the porta potties, and then we're gonna get lined up here pretty soon to get going. And we're at the bottom of Black Mountain, so the beginning of this race takes off straight up. It's about a 1,000-meter climb, going straight up Black Mountain. So it's a pretty informal start. They just draw a little line on the ground, and then we're all off. So it's an interesting start. You've got 47K and 3,000 meters of climbing to do, but there's a lot of jostling at the front because everybody gets into line really quickly. And if you get yourself behind people that are going slower than you want to, it's a slow go. However, 1,000 meters of climbing, it's best to take it easy. This is a place to take it really easy. Get up to the top of the mountain. This is near the middle of July, and we're in snow. There was a decent amount of snow at the highest point of the elevation on what Mount Cypress they call it, or Cypress Mountain. But this is Black Mountain, and then there's Hollyburn Mountain right beside, and there's a whole whack of snow there. And snow turns into mud. So this is the muddiest, grubbiest part of the entire trail, where you are getting completely soaked and wet feet. And that's something you just got to deal with for the race. I was fortunate that I had a pair of shoes to change into and socks, so I had a pair of change for the second half, which was awesome. And this is the bottom of Hollyburn Mountain with Hollyburn Lodge. There's always a little lake sitting at the bottom. Absolutely beautiful in the wintertime. This is the Nordic area where you can go snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. It's where you get out of the upper network of the Baden Powell Trail and get into the beginning of really running Baden Powell. Up until this point, there's been a lot of hiking and a lot of kind of like cruising through some pretty thick bush. And now you go down the big Hollyburn chute to the bottom, and it's a really fun, fast run down the face of Hollyburn, going straight into the community of West Vancouver. And my family happened to be sitting right at the bottom of the chute, and come around this corner, and here's my wife and my son. So super excited to see him. My daughter was just a little bit further down.
Guy too. And it's a little
and my dog, of course. My daughter was just a little bit further down, got to see her, which was great. So this is a whole new section coming down into the West Vancouver community. So you're going to be going over some roads here. Really beautiful the way in which they've upgraded this trail. This had gotten pretty beat up and overgrown. Some big chunky rocks, some funny steps. That was a huge upgrade to this trail for probably 3 or 4 kilometers. So just went through the Cleveland Dam aid station, which was a tremendous aid station. Super helpful woman that helped me a ton. It was absolutely awesome. Fast transition, ton of fun. And this now goes up the Nancy Green Way.
All right, so we're 23.39K in, and this is my first audio check-in, but just pulled on to the portion of the Baden Powell Trail after the grouse gate. So we're just heading up here. See a few people ahead of me. My pace is decently slow. I'm trying to really hold on to my injury and not make it any worse and have a lot of fun. So it gives me lots of time to soak in the environment around me, which is super great. And it's been a tremendous race so far. So super excited for the second half of this race. We're pretty much at the halfway point now. And here we go.
So this is Mosquito Creek Trail, very close to where we lived when we were in North Vancouver. I have crossed over this bridge many times. This was where I would go running every single morning when I was in North Vancouver, up on the Mount Frome. Mosquito Creek is what breaks Grouse Mountain and Mount Frome. So going over Mount Frome towards the mountain highway, which is one of the best mountain bike parks of Vancouver. So we're just going through that area, and then over the mountain highway, and now going down into Lynn Canyon. This is a big, long stair network, which is really cool. It's a big, good, solid grind coming up this thing. It's a fun going down, fun going up. But you know, something that's well maintained, well looked after, and a ton of fun to use on any race or any training day. So crossed over Seymour River and coming into a really quick and fast aid station before going along the Seymour River in the Lynn Valley Canyon, which is a really nice, fun, easy run. A lot of boardwalk. You're flowing slightly down because you're following the river. So it goes along for a decent amount of time. Allows you to just kind of recover and recoup before you're going to go over and hop into the Seymour area, where you've got a pretty good climb going into Seymour for the last mountain. You know, going over the side of one of the mountains it's a fun place to be. So this is some of the last of the really well manicured trails. Super easy running, fast and flowy. Before you get over to the Hyannis aid station, that's the last big aid station before you go up and over Seymour, or just the side of Seymour. You're not going up the mountain, you're just basically going over the side of it, going into Panorama. So this is the beginning of feeling like you're getting to the end. You start kind of getting excited for, you know, being done and seeing everybody, having a piece of pizza, knowing my family is going to be there. And this is strangely, one of the most scary parts of the entire trail. This is a very steep set of, as you can see, metal stairs, and they're just not something you're going to run. You can hike up them fast the other way. They are very steep. It's a crazy pitch. But it's something that I'm always a little bit freaked out of. You know, out of everything else that I run on the trail, that's the one thing that probably scares me the most. So the Hyannis Drive aid station, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, everybody's dressed up. It's great to see everybody. They put a ton of time and effort just making it really fun and inclusive, as you can see. You know, it's something that the community really rallies behind and makes this run and this race so special.
So 37K done, 10K to go. Things are good. Feeling a little bit sore and beat up from just being sore and beat up. And it's been a tremendous day so far. The people out here really are spectacular. The aid stations are awesome. Everybody's so jazzed. The other runners are so fun. it's everything I wanted in this race. I really wanted to do it badly. I have for years. So happy to be part of it. I will be again. Hopefully next year I'll be volunteering and not just racing. I think for me it's taken a couple of years off and putting my time in and then getting back here and crushing these trails. So much fun. Hopefully next time I'll be 100% healthy and can move at the pace that I like to move at. But right now I'm just so thankful to being here. So onward and onwards. Here we go. Okay, last pull. This is gonna be the last of me talking before the end. 4K out. Just gonna hit the gasser a little bit. See, get in under 7 hours, which will be good. So here we go.
So this is coming into what used to be the final stretch of Quarry Rock. Quarry Rock has been closed since the pandemic. This is now a new direction that you come. You would go left here, but now you go right. And it takes you above the same course as it was the original. But this is the only big kind of deviation of the course from the original course. And you go along the upper ridge, along the water of Deep Cove, and then drop down into Panorama Park. So the difference here is that instead of dropping down early by Quarry Rock and then going along the bottom near just above the road, you're actually quite high, and the drop in the last half kilometer, 3/4 of a kilometer, whatever, is a much more severe drop in. So the Quarry Rock hike, this is part of it, is an incredibly well-made, tons and tons of wood features hike into a big gigantic rock that overlooks the bay in Deep Cove. And this is the final stage. The District of North Vancouver was so amazingly gracious to open this for just the racers to come out here. Everybody in the community knowing how important this race is to the community and what North Vancouver really is about. So this is still a closed trail for access in. You, of course, can get access to it from the behind here, as we did. There was no stopping us from coming in. And so the District of North Vancouver allowed us access to get out, so egress. And they allowed all the racers down onto the road and into Panorama Park, which was absolutely amazing with them, because it makes for the original finish to this race, which is spectacular. This is the Baden Powell Trail. This is the beginning of the Baden Powell Trail. And it's just awesome that we were able to come out in the original exit of this race.
You're not going to give me a ticket, are you? Thanks, guys. Here you go. Thank you.
So this is it. This is the home stretch. Last tiny bit. You can hear the announcer at the end. This is Panorama Park, right in Deep Cove. Gorgeous, gorgeous place. Spectacular finish to any race, but especially finished this for my first Knee Knacker. This was a pretty awesome finish.
Thank you.
just finishing up now. First timer, 48 years old, Knee Knacker finisher.
Way to go, Jim. Good work.
Awesome. Oh, over the head. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Knee Knacker 22, well done. That was fantastic. It was just under 7 hours. That was a great goal for taking it really easy today. I was able to pick it up in the last couple of K, which was awesome, but I can't say enough about that course. It is so tremendous. I was already in love with it because I've done it many times, but doing the race and having the support out there was just absolutely fantastic. It's the best race of all of the Vancouver races that I've been into, just from the history and the culture, the diversity of people that are out there that are supporting. If you get a chance to be in the Knee Knacker, get your name in the lottery, you'll have a ton of fun.